And these seem to be the emotions with which we start life. Nature endows us at birth with three general patterns of emotional response. Rage is the response to the primary stimulus of boredom, but you get the idea. Something interfering with our behavior or actions. Fear is the response
I'm just gonna lock these on, Ryan. Alright guys, so these microphones are going to be locked on, so you don't have to worry about flicking them on or off, they'll stay on. When you're talking to the microphone, about like this far away from your mouth, don't have it down here, don't have it right up here, and don't cover it, right? You're not rappers. Right down here, please. Right? They're just going to be on the table behind you, and if you want to, you'll have your slides in front of you here. I think someone's advancing for you behind stage.
One of them will have a clicker.
There's...
Yeah, so one of them, they're happy to advance. You guys can work
clicker on stage, green to go forward. I don't think it's activated right now, and then red to go back if you mess up. Again, they'll be on the table here. I don't know if you want to go through or test anything.
Practice talking just to make sure you guys kind of find.
Exactly. If you want to just go through your script for a couple lines. Again, I don't know if you're sharing one mic or there's two mics here. So
if we want to have two, and then I mean, you guys maybe one of you holds the mic and the other two pass it back and forth.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever. We can, if you want to just practice a little bit and then we can grow. Then this is center stage. Right?
Yeah, center stage is right between these two monitors right here.
So this line right down the middle. So whoever's standing in the middle, make sure kind of straddle this line, and then just so you guys are kind of centered. And then you probably want to be up closer to the like.
Yeah, like
probably up at this line here.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of decide how it feels comfortable to stand if you want to be. But if you want to just practice reading a few lines, I'm going to jump down and just see what it sounds like. And just practice reading.
All right. So let's get right into it. What problem were you actually trying to solve? Let's start with something familiar. Most of you have probably been to Sarcan before. It's a great system. You bring in your recyclables, get paid for them, and they get properly recycled. It sounds like a perfect win-win. But here's the issue. All right. Okay. So let's get right into it. What problem are we actually trying to solve? Let's start with something familiar. Most of you have probably been to Sarcan before.
Sure. So how do we plan to solve these problems? Our way to improve the current Sarcan system is by introducing an automated sorting system that removes the need for manual labor during the recycling process.
So, why is our solution the best one? There are many alternatives to our solution, such as the... High level? Okay. So why is our solution the best one? There are many alternatives to our solution which already exist, such as the reverse vending machine and the community drop-off bins.
Like that sounds really good to me. So yeah, just as you're holding it, just do your best to hold it like kind of right at neck tie level. And just to make sure if you hold too close, you start to get like popping sounds. And it gets really loud and too far away from here. So just kind of holding it there. Is there anything else? You guys have any questions or anything?
No.
I'll say if you're holding your papers, I wouldn't hold it like up by the microphone too, because you don't want to hear crinkling and stuff like that. Awesome. We want to just check and make sure that the clicker's working, so they like it should be.
When I tried it earlier, I didn't see if there's a second title slide. Like,
Oh yeah, it works. It works.
So and then that'll just switch over.
Yeah, exactly. We're not presenting it right now.
And then yeah, so for you guys, because there's only two microphones, if you want to, because you're focusing on the clicker too.
Yeah, okay.
You guys want to trade the other?
You hold it. And then me and him will trade.
You guys will trade? Okay. You do whatever way works best for you.
Yeah, I'll start with. Go to the.
Can I just get a picture of you guys kind of up on stage?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Alright. Okay, sure.
So I think now, like if you guys are comfortable with that, if you want to just, like you guys can practice a little bit. You just want to, whether it's like without the microphones even, if you just want to practice going over it to kind of get your like timing down or something, you can practice that.
We can practice with the clicker, right?
Yeah, if you want to practice, like you can stand up here, you can do it. I just figured rather than doing it with the mic.
Can you mute these mics for now, Ryan? Just mute them for now.
I just wanted, yeah, just kind of practice to get timing down. You can see those.
So let's get right into it. What problem are we actually trying to solve? Let's start with something familiar. Most of your problem is the sarcasm.
participation obviously drops. And when fewer people take part, the overall impact of the program is also reduced. So, on the topic, our solution
In just 10 minutes, it's time to head back to Hall A, finish up in the trade show because the countdown has begun. The 5-minute countdown has begun. If you haven't already, it's time to get settled in Hall A before we kick things off again.
they have the handhelds, and Mike says he's going to just yell. So let's see if he gets my
Attendees, please give a warm welcome to MC Shauna Foster as she returns to the stage once again.
That is so kind. Hello, hello. Welcome, delegates, back. I hope you enjoyed the trade show, which is now closed. So we want to thank everyone in the trade show and all those who participated. And hopefully you did get your name in for some of those amazing prizes that we will get to a little bit later on. We have such a treat coming up in the next half hour. And I think I mentioned it earlier, but this was by far the biggest fan favorite of last year, so we wanted to bring it back, and I hope that you will be wanting to interact and get some questions ready for these young minds, because they are pretty sensational guys that I had the chance to meet backstage. So this is the session of Municipal Marvels Student Sustainability Solutions session. This year's winners from Harbor Landing School here in Regina will present on closing the gap between recycling depots' opening hours and their overall recovery rate. You're going to learn all about that in a minute with a very cool presentation. But first, I would like to call up our session sponsor, AE, to say a few words. AE Manager of Regional Infrastructure, Michael Walker, the sponsor of Municipal Marvels Student Sustainability Solutions. We want to thank them so much for being a part of things and also introduce this video to explain how some of these initiatives and also how the contest worked.
I'm on this side.
I was like...
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Hey, there we go. Everyone's nice and caffeinated if you've been to our booth, yes? Perfect. All right, so we want to take all that energy and really support the students from Harbor Landing School. It was a great session that we had this year. We want to make sure that we're supporting the leaders of our communities and our municipalities in the future. So this is a great opportunity to do that in conjunction with the Saskatchewan Science Centre, APEGS, and ourselves acting either as Associated Engineering or as our Association of Consulting Engineers of Saskatchewan. We offer going to different schools, doing STEM learning for, if that's STEM month, so science, technology, engineering, and math. So if you do, or if you are involved with your schools, reach out to me, come see me at the booth, and we'd love to get somebody out there to help support the students in your municipality. So this has been a great opportunity to get people in front, like you said, super excited last year, so we want to have that same energy, so I'm your hype man. That's the investment of coffee makes. So it's all worth it. So awesome. So I won't take any more time, but I would like to hand it over to Sandy, who is the CEO of the Saskatchewan Science Centre, to take you down the path here. So Sandy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mike, and thank you all of you delegates who voted in favor of having us come back. This challenge was created last year, as you recall. If you saw us in Saskatoon, the Municipal Marvels Student Challenge was created or inspired by a film that we were showing in the IMAX theater, Cities of the Future. And in that film, students identified a problem in their communities, built a solution or came up with a solution, built a model, and then presented it to a group of community leaders. So we took inspiration from that and created this contest. So this year you're going to be able to see the 2026, not only finalists, but also winners of the challenge. Mike has worked with us in terms of talking to teachers, talking to schools, and working as a mentor to get kids not only interested in engineering, sorry Mike, some kids are going to do something else, but really we want to get kids inspired about science, technology, engineering, and math. And actually at the Science Centre, we also throw some arts in there, and we work on STEAM projects where you have that creativity in your problem solving. And why do we do this? Is because we all need these kids to get excited about STEM careers and look forward to building a career, and they'll become your future employees. So I think it's a great opportunity for not only for these students to showcase their projects, but they're building really important skills. They're building problem-solving skills, as you'll see when they give the presentation. They're developing communication skills, they're developing presentation skills, and hopefully when they're done, they'll also be challenged a little bit by some of the questions that you might have for them, because they're certainly open to learning a little bit more about what you need in your communities or what some of your challenges are. So after they present, we'll take some questions from you all, and then we're going to let you help us shape next year's challenge. But before I do that, I've already thanked Mike and Associated Engineering and the work that he does, and I also wanted to thank the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, APEGS, as they're known, and you'll hear a little bit from them after the student presentation. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to get to why you're all here. And I have the privilege of introducing you to the students from Harbor Landing Elementary School. We have Arjun, Javier, and Vivan, who are going to come and tell you about their project. Once they're done with their presentation, as I said, you'll get some opportunity to give them some questions. And then you'll also get an opportunity to meet with them and ask them more questions afterwards at Queensbury Centre, where they'll have their display set up. So without further ado, Harbor Landing, students.
Hey there, I'm Arjun.
And I'm Vivon.
And together, we're going to save the world using the bottle bot. So let's get right into it. What problem are we actually trying to solve? Let's start with something familiar. Most of you have probably been to Sarcan before. It's a great system. You bring in your recyclables, get paid for them, and they get properly recycled. It sounds like a perfect win-win. But here's the issue. It's not as convenient as it seems. The majority of people who use Sarcan are working adults. Now think about a typical schedule, a 9-to-5 job, 5 days a week. Unfortunately, Sarcan operates during those exact same hours. Yes, it is also open on Saturdays, but for many people, Saturdays are already filled with other commitments, like family activities, errands, and just general things to do. Do you really think that people are willing to take time out of their busy schedules just to return a few bottles? For many, the answer is no. As a result, recyclable materials pile up at home, or worse, end up in the trash.
So, how do we plan to solve these problems? Our way to improve the current Sarcan system is by introducing an automated sorting system that removes the need for manual labor during the recycling process. Instead of workers manually sorting bottles and cans, our system uses sensors to automatically detect the material, such as metal or non-metal. Once the material is identified, a servo mechanism sorts each item into its respective box. By reducing the need for human input, Sarcan locations can handle more people in less time, decreasing wait times and making the experience much more convenient. This solution also allows Sarcan to operate 24/7, removing the limitations of fixed hours. So no more worrying about rushing after work or trying to fit a visit into a busy schedule. Instead, users can come at any time that works for them.
So, why is our solution the best one? There are many alternatives to our solution, such as the reverse vending machine and the community drop-off bins. But why is ours the best one? Let me tell you 3 reasons why. While these alternatives are great, they do have a few hiccups. Often, many perfect bottles get rejected as their barcode wasn't scanned properly or the bottles company wasn't registered or recognized. This leads to resources being wasted and the recycling becoming obsolete. But the great thing about our project is it doesn't even need any complex scanners. Also, other alternatives only accept recyclables one at a time, which can be slow when multiple people want to use them. As a result, this leads to customers spending more time than they intended to. Because our system is so easy to use and maintain, it causes less trouble and requires less labor from the employees as compared to other solutions. In contrast, our solution aims to improve our current system without replacing it. It handles more items efficiently and can shorten wait times.
Now, why does this problem actually matter? Why should you care? When recycling isn't convenient, people are far less likely to do it. It's not because they dislike recycling or just don't want to. It's usually because they don't have the time or don't want to make a separate trip just to return a couple of bottles. This leads to 3 major issues. First, people are losing money. Programs like Sarcan are designed to reward recycling, but when access is inconvenient, many people miss out on those benefits. Second, recycled materials like plastic, glass, and metal end up in landfills instead of being reused. This increases pollution and wastes valuable resources. Third, the system relies heavily on manual sorting. This makes the process slower and less efficient. On top of that, high workload can lead to human error, which could lead to entire batches becoming contaminated. Looking at the bigger picture, if a system meant to encourage recycling is inconvenient, participation obviously drops. And when fewer people take part, the overall impact of the program is also reduced.
So all in all, our solution is the best one available. It's the most resource efficient and saves a lot of time. So we thank you all for listening to our presentation, and we hope you help us in saving the world with the bottle bot. Just flip it to questions.
Well, so when are you guys gonna be on Dragon's Den maybe with this? Hey, I can see that happening. Congratulations. And you are so well spoken. That was a lot of fun. Does anyone have any questions first of all? And then I'll launch into some questions because I have a few. Any questions? Come on. Yeah, come on. Let's ask some questions of these young minds. Okay, no mics.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Well done. How does this system work? Like, does it just pile in the cans into a bucket and it automatically senses and distributes them in the right spot?
So basically, we have a funnel system designed, and so users place their garbage into the funnel, and then it puts it onto the conveyor belt. And then our conveyor belt has two sensors that looks if they're non-metals or metals, and then there's a servo motor that sorts them into their respective bins.
How long did this take you guys?
It took like about a month and a half of like practicing and like building the model and all that. Yeah.
And are you guys all buddies?
Yeah.
So you guys are all friends. So what was the inspiration? You just decided one day, yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. Like who came up with the idea?
So actually it was like my parents, they just signed me up, and then I said, let's do it together, and they just agreed.
So I want to ask each of you, okay, so you're here and you've got this amazing idea. What do you, each of you, want to be once you graduate from high school? Do you want to continue on in this kind of field? We'll go down the line with everyone.
I'm not sure what I want to be. Not STEM related.
What?
I'm looking forward to go into the medical line. Yeah.
In medicine, okay, very cool.
And I'm trying to go into the financial industry to work there.
So you can finance all of these awesome projects.
I guess in the future, probably.
What is next for you guys? Like, do you have another project that's kind of been bubbling?
I feel like right now we want to improve this design because there's like a couple of issues. Like, for example, instead of just non-metals and metals, it could be plastic, glass, and metal. So, yeah.
That's pretty fantastic. Anyone else with questions? All right, I have another one. How much did it cost for you guys to come up with all of this?
Oh, it cost us about, to make the model, it cost us about $120, I think.
Okay.
With all the supplies, it was, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's a problem that you ran into during the design or during the process, and what was your favorite part of that?
So one of the problems was the metal detector would not like sense it. So to like solve the problem, we decided to like lift up the conveyor belt so like it's closer to the metal detector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other issues?
The conveyor belt sucks. it was so bad. Like, it kept breaking every time we tried to use it, so yeah.
And that's why you don't want to go into engineering, right?
Yeah. Just absolutely finished with engineering altogether. Do you have a question? Yes. Do you have questions? Okay. Did you use any robotics was the first question.
Like, explain what you mean by robotics. Like,
Did you guys learn the skill set and the robotics in school and how to put it together?
In school, they taught us how to use the Arduinos, which is like the base of our conveyor belt system, but we had to like learn it from scratch, like the coding and stuff.
So you guys taught yourselves the coding?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive. That is not an easy thing to do. And sorry, what was the second part of your question? What time can you guys be at work on Monday? Did you pay for all of this yourselves?
We like used the $250 that the city gave us.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, amazing.
So I have a question. Here we go. Hey guys, wonderful presentation. Have you talked to Sarcan about how you might integrate your system with their current business line?
No, we have not currently talked to Sarcan, but like we hope to talk to them in the future.
Very good. I'm sure they'll be interested in merging what they're doing technologically with your ideas. So well done.
Yeah.
I think you guys should talk to Sarcan ASAP. And I also love, because you mentioned, you know, this was inspo from your families. Is that just because, hey, everyone has a busy schedule and a busy life, and that is where the foundation was built?
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Very, very cool. Now you guys are going to be showing this off, is that correct?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have these young gentlemen going to be sharing some of their time with us. So if you did not get your question asked, there is still time to do that between 12:15 and 3:15 today. They're going to be set up in the QCC lobby. If you'd like to learn more about their project, if you would like to see it in person and up close, and you can grab the code for the in-app game at their booth. Can you just tell us a little bit quickly about that, about the in-app game?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
To grab the code for the in-app game at your booth? Like people can grab the code? Do you guys know about that? No? Okay, that's fine. we can find out more at the booth. Any other questions? Yes. You guys caught that, the future capacity, what could it be? How much does Sarcan do today, let's say, and what could they do with your model?
So like if you want to learn more about all the data and stuff, you should come to our trifold. Yeah. The booth, yeah.
Come to the booth, okay. Yes, another question? Hang on one sec, we're just getting the mic.
Check.
There we go.
There you are.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Very impressive stuff there, young fellas. I'm Gerald Roy. I'm the Deputy Mayor for Northern Village of Isle Cross. I just want to say right now, if you want to experience a totally different type of life, move to Northern Saskatchewan because we can use your technology. We have legacy tire piles, so you might want to look into that, because Surecom is out of business now, and we need young fellas like you to recycle our tires.
Any other questions? Anyone I'm missing? I don't think so. I would start doing that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Any other questions?
I got one.
Okay, we got more questions, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys were doing this with, at your school, right? Was there anyone at your school that was supporting you, or that provided you some kind of references or support, mentorship?
Well, not exactly from our school, but we had our mentor. His name is Mr. Faisal. He's from the waste department. He was a great support for us. He helped us with our presentation, and then his teacher as well. She helped us coordinate with him.
And was that meaning? How did that make you feel when you got that support?
it made us feel very like supported, and it encouraged us to like present and like do this project. Yeah.
Awesome. And we have a very interesting vantage point from behind stage there. We can only see the parents that are in the front row here. And just watching them take the videos, it's like hitting my heart. So can we give a round of applause for the parents here, please?
I was going to ask too, how much time were you guys allowed to work on this inside school hours, or was this more on your own time?
This was more on our own time, but we did get a few, I guess you could say 2 hours in school to work
2
on
hours, that's it?
Yeah.
Well, good for you guys for doing this on your own. And so there's no other new projects? Nothing right now?
Not right now.
Oh, I bet you'll be inspired after leaving today. Guaranteed. Are there any other questions? Yes?
So, when you're building something and you have different opinions and different ideas, did you ever have any disagreements internally? And if so, how did you resolve them? Did anybody have any fights or anything? We have a council, we don't always agree.
Were there any fights? Did you guys get along?
I think it went more smoothly because we each like delegated each other like the tasks that they were good at. So like one person did the model, the other worked on the presentation, and the other worked on the script. So we just like did our own thing in our like categories. Yeah.
So yeah, we got along pretty well, and nothing really we didn't disagree on. So yeah, we just like separated all the work, and it went well. Yeah.
It actually went really well, more well than you actually would think. It was really great.
And no little siblings to muck around in all of your things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured so. And have you guys physically taken this to test out at different SARCAN locations?
No, not yet.
I think that's the next step, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any other questions for our young panel? We'll have Christine from APEGS come on up.
Hi guys. Hi, I'm Christine Hughes from the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, also known as APEGS. So we're the organization that regulates and licenses professional engineers and geoscientists in the province. So if you guys had wanted to go into that world, you'd be dealing with us eventually. I did want to say thank you to the students of Harbour Landing School for caring about your community and all of your great thinking and hard work. Also, congratulations for being selected as the winners of the 2026 Municipal Marvels Student Challenge. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christine, and thank you, students and parents. As Mike said, we were watching the parents watch the kids, and it was really delightful to watch. We just have one last task for you before we conclude this session, and the students here, not only are they the winners, they'll be showing you their project later, they're also winning a cash prize, and they will be their class, they've now earned the right for their class to come to the Science Center for a day of fun and play and an IMAX film. So congratulations. I know we look forward to hosting you at the Science Center. The last thing that we're going to do now, Dave, if you could advance the slide, or somebody could advance the slide. We want you to help us shape the challenge for next year. You got us here this year by cooperating and providing your feedback with the folks at SUMA. And so we want to have your involvement in what the challenge will be for next year. So we've got a QR code that's going to come up on the screen right here. If you scan this QR code, there's options for you to help shape what the question will be next year. Then from that, we will be sending out the challenge question out to teachers and school boards across the province before the end of the school year. And again, back at the start of the school year, where students can start planning their projects early in the school year so that they can come back and present to you next year. So scan the QR code. There is an optional section at the end of the survey if you want to give us your name and you want us to contact you about other opportunities to work as a mentor or as a partner in this program. We'd love to hear from you. And then when we're done here, I know that we are now between you and the Minister of Government Relations, so we won't take up more of your time. I just wanted to thank you all for encouraging these young minds to be creative, innovative, and collaborative, somewhat, apparently. And that's okay, you can be the creative person and design this to make it look really nice, because I have a sense that you're the artist in the group, so that's okay as well. You don't have to pursue a STEM career. So thank you again for your participation to the students, and thank you all for supporting this challenge at your conference. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. It is my pleasure to now call upon the Minister of Government Relations, the Honorable Eric Schmaltz, for his address. And delegates, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Minister Schmaltz.